Hello everyone, it's Zyphon. Before I made a rant about Fox Goodman to a defense of him. But just recently, Fox Goodman made a response to DaftPina's video, so I'd like to look at this response. So with no further ado, let's get into the video.
There is a difference between shutting down an argument and being a bitch.
That's kind of referring to the fact that whenever you were asked about tracing, you wouldn't answer directly. At least in this video, as you'll see, Fox Goodman actually answers directly because he has to. There's no going around it.
What's going on, you guys?
Whoa, what's that?
Welcome back. As you can see, I look a little different right now, but I'll get more into that later in the video. So make sure you stick around for that, because right now, this is going to be a one-time thing where I respond to the haters or any negativity thrown my way. So listen up. The main reason why I am making this video is for the true Fox Goodman fans out there. Lately, there has been so many lies and twisted facts about me that it's gotten to the point where I have to take a stand and defend myself. Lies and twisted facts are very powerful, and I'm going to show everyone that there are two sides to every story.
Okay, let's see this full number of lies and twisted facts.
So any hate speech or negative comments that are not civil, we believe it. Zero tolerance, no questions asked, alright? This channel is about positivity. We're not making people laugh, have a smile on their face, and that's what this channel is all about. So I have to clear some stuff up. Some very misleading stuff by some very malicious people.
You mean people like me who made that other video?
Who make very misleading videos intentionally, who supposedly do lots of research on me before dropping a big expose video. And I also want to talk about some very important topics that you may want to know about me. So I'm going to talk about some things that people are dying to know. Something so big that everyone is on the edge of their seat. And it starts with the million-dollar question. If you don't know what the million-dollar question is, let me tell you. Fox Goodman, do you trace? Yes.
Boom, he finally admitted it. I mean, I don't get why it was so hard for him to admit it. At this point, he kind of has to admit that he traced, because, this whole controversy is kind of killing his channel, so he has to do something. And he can't really get away with it. His only choice left now is to finally admit to tracing. And as you saw in DaftPina's video, Fox Goodman in the past would try to go around this.
Obviously, just take a look at my videos.
Obviously. That's why you spent so much time trying to avoid the question. You even banned DaftPina from your Discord server over asking the question. And blocked him on Twitter, might I add.
If you just look at any one of my videos, it's pretty obvious that I'm a big The Odd Ones Out fan, and where I get my material from. It's not a secret. I'm not hiding anything.
Hey, this was a cool video, but I think you should branch out and get a more original style. It's okay to be inspired, but some of this looks traced.
I am so sorry that you feel that way, but hey, thanks for checking out my video, Luke.
Oh, and one last thing. After asking a very important question, I got banned from his Discord server and promptly blocked on Twitter from Fox Goodman and Matt Spicer.
Because everything is pretty obvious and upfront. I mean, I will say it again, just take a look at any one of my videos and you will see that I'm a clone.
These stupid
Fox Goodman?
videos. I hate them.
Could I make my own videos with my own art style? Well, yeah, that's why I look different right now. But I am a clone channel, and I want to make videos like The Odd Ones Out. So I'm pretty sure anyone who watches my videos can obviously see that I'm a clone. Do you guys know what a clone is? Because apparently some people don't, so let's say all this clone stuff. Cloning is the best representation of identity. I just copy everything. It's easy to clone me. My area just copy and paste, and I've got 20 best friends. My area just copy and paste, and
You have to trace to be a clone channel? I'm pretty sure when people say clone channels, they mean videos in a very similar style, done in a fashion that flows like the person that you're trying to emulate. The important part here to being a quote-unquote clone is emulating the Odd Ones Out style, which means emulating the flow, not necessarily tracing his characters and artwork. There's a complete difference.
I mean, I'm not 100% identical, just take a look.
Yeah, your head's more of a perfect circle, so what?
But I still am a clone channel though, and that is why I trace. Because I'm a clone. And I know what some of you guys may be thinking right now. The Odd Ones Out doesn't like clones. You're such a copycat. Be more original. Or my personal favorite,
The most generic James clone out there.
and that's where you're wrong. Very, very wrong. Because James loves clones. I don't think James is mad that there is another clone of him out there. So I don't understand why so many people are mad with me.
Yeah, sure, he likes clones, but again, he means people trying to emulate his formula, not people trying to trace his artwork. No, there's a difference. I don't know how the Odd Ones Out would feel about this, but that's the issue. We don't know. So you can't just go around tracing people's artwork for your own videos when you don't know how they feel about the issue. Like, sure, he says he likes clones, but again, it's about emulating the flow of his videos, not tracing directly off of his videos and stealing, copying his artwork. They're completely different things. You're not doing the clone thing correctly.
James said himself that he's completely, totally okay with clones. If you don't believe me, take a look, because I'm not accusing everyone here of saying, there's some comments, you're an Odd Ones Out clone. Just the only thing acceptable is people just re-upload videos. Those people, I'm just a big fan of Odd Ones Out. He's the reason why I became a clone channel to begin with, because he's totally okay with it. I mean, how cool would it be to have a second generation Odd Ones Out? I'm telling you guys the truth. I remember James saying himself that he likes clone channels, but if you make stuff up, just take a look for yourself.
I don't really mind people who are quote unquote clones of me that I found before it. I like people who put effort in their videos, and I enjoy a lot of them. I like clone channels so much that I put in effort in my videos. So I don't see why people are attacking them because they're quote unquote copying me. I'm for a clone. I think if 50 people were clone channels of me, that'd be good. Because now I'm starting to put effort in their videos.
See, I told you all the truth, and now you know why I trace, which leads me to my next point. I have my opinion on this. You guys watching this video have your opinion on this, but we're forgetting about the most important person's opinion about this whole entire thing, and that's the Odd Ones Out himself.
Yeah, but he's not the only person's artwork you traced, okay? His opinion, it might have some weight, in giving your whole clone thing legitimacy. But that does not give legitimacy to the other examples of tracing in which I am more concerned about. DaftPina showed an example where you traced off of a subway, obviously not from the Odd Ones Out. So you're asking for the Odd Ones Out opinion about you tracing that subway station, or just specifically using the character design? Because personally, the character design is not the thing I'm most worried about. I'm more concerned about the other examples of tracing. Sources.
So I really think we should tweet at the Odd Ones Out and show him this video and hear what he thinks about all of this.
Because we have to get the Odd Ones Out involved in everything. I feel like this is just a call for attention. Like, he wants to be able to say, the Odd Ones Out actually helped me this one time. Or something like that. It feels like he's just trying to get attention, and legitimacy. Once the Odd Ones Out, post a response, if he supports him, that gives him legitimacy. This is essentially a cry for legitimacy.
I like being a clone channel, and James said he likes clone channels too. But if I'm doing a few things that's bothering the Odd Ones Out, I'm very flexible. So James, if you're watching this video, I want to work with you, not against you with this whole controversy thing. So if you want, you can send me a DM on Twitter, and we can have a civil and peaceful conversation and put this drama to rest. So to everyone who thinks I'm this malicious art thief, would I really be taking it this far? So for this part, this is the only thing I do feel ashamed of out of this entire video, which is me not realizing how important it is to credit all of my sources on how I make my videos. And I actually do want to apologize for that because I honestly just forgot. I'm not perfect or anything, and everyone makes mistakes. And no one tells you how to make YouTube videos and gives you a list of things that you have to do when you post a video on YouTube. I thought me being a clone channel was pretty obvious that I clone other things too.
Oh, that's a pretty bad assumption. But I will say though that, at least here, you're owning up for your actions. That I will say. You know, you're changing for the better, and I think that's good.
Everyone has to start somewhere on YouTube, and everyone knows that as a content creator, your content is slowly going to change in the future. So once again, I really do want to apologize about forgetting to cite my sources because I'm not perfect or anything. And I honestly just forgot. Everyone makes mistakes. And in this case, I forgot to cite my sources on where I get my material from. I mean, let's be real here. How many of you just watch YouTube video for entertainment? Because I know audio, and a whole lot of people do. And that's how I learned that everyone's different, and some people just want to watch YouTube video for entertainment, and other people want to know what sources are. But that's why I want to apologize for that, because everyone is not the same. And some people like to see the sources for everything. But don't worry about it. Fox got you covered. I'm going to put tons of sources for anything I use in my videos in the description box below in all of my videos from now on.
Good. I think that's definitely a good change.
So if you're the person who likes to watch YouTube videos that has sources, check the description box because it's going to be there from now on. But if people don't want to read the description box now, well, that's a different story. So since I am going to credit all of my sources that I do trace, does this still make me a malicious art thief now?
We're going to talk about the 3 best ways to spot a tracer. If you trace the whole couch, then it ends up looking terrible and traced.
I never knew using Google Images was such a bad thing. I mean, I use Google for everything. Who doesn't use Google, right? Everyone uses Google. But I noticed that I got a lot of hateful comments on Twitter for me using images or clip art from Google. And when I see some of my favorite YouTubers using Google Images in their videos, then I want to do it too. Take a look at Young Don the Sauce God, Jaden Animations, The Game Theorist, and PewDiePie. And that's just a small handful.
I also kind of agree here. Google Images aren't terrible as long as you're getting them from the public domain. No, that's actually what I do. Whenever I try getting images from Google Images, I try to veer off of copyrighted images and get public domain stuff. Really, I think the big issue when it comes to the couch, that couch actually looked like it was drawn, and DaftPina called you out on the fact that, it was badly traced, when in reality that was just a Google image. In the examples you show of, other YouTubers, there's a clear contrast between their art style and the image they're using. Cartoon versus real life, that type of thing. But when you have a cartoon on a cartoon image, or one that doesn't look stock imagey enough or something like that, at the very least not in a different art style, then it's confusing. And considering the fact that you traced off of different sources, that Google image actually looked pretty consistent with your video style, so people could easily confuse it as something that was drawn in as opposed to something that you just found on Google Images.
And if my favorite YouTubers are using Google Images and a whole lot of other YouTubers get to use Google Images in their videos, then why can't I? What makes me so different? I don't think using Google Images is such a bad thing, but to some people, it is. I honestly don't think it's fair to attack someone for using Google Images since so many people use Google to make amazing videos. To me, I don't see how this is a bad thing. But like I said, check the video description box for all the sources that are used in my videos, even the Google Images and other YouTubers' material as well. It's going to be a long list, but if some of you guys want it, you guys got it.
And Matt Spicer. Now, who's Matt Spicer, you might be asking? Well, he's also Fox Goodman.
Oh, this is going to be my personal favorite part about this entire video.
Honestly, I don't really care that much about this. Who even cares? If Matt Spicer and Fox Goodman are two different people, so what really? Is that even something we should care about?
Tracing is one thing, and stolen art is another, but we already got that out of the way. But the Illuminati now? Really? Fox Goodman and Matt Spicer are the same person. Well, the short answer is, I am Fox Goodman and not Matt Spicer. Some people believe me, and I respect that. But some people like to do some CSI stuff, proving that two different people are the same person. So, for all the tinfoil hat conspiracy theorists out there who rely on stuff like the Spectrogram and comparing frequencies, it's 100% false. What's next? America didn't land on the moon? I honestly love conspiracy theorists because they are so wrong and they don't want to admit it. So they need to take their tinfoil hats off for a few seconds, because if they are so confident that Fox Goodman and Matt Spicer are the same person, well, why don't you put your money where your mouth is? Since you're so confident, I mean, the Spectrogram proved it, right? You have nothing to worry about.
And being a
So put your money where your mouth is. I am putting out an open challenge to the biggest conspiracy theorist out there, and he knows who he is. If you're so confident, then accept my challenge. But I know you won't, because that's the kind of person you are. All bark but no bite. Because if I lose this challenge, then I will delete my YouTube channel and never make another YouTube video ever again. So now is your big chance. Do you accept my challenge? If you do accept this challenge, all you gotta do is make a YouTube video responding to this video.
Wow, even more attention. You saw how much attention you were getting from DaftPina's first video on you, that you wanted to get more attention. You've gotten attention more than you could have ever imagined. So you want him to make a response video so that you can make another video and get more YouTube views. I know what you're doing here. It's mostly for attention, otherwise I wouldn't really see you expecting a response video. If you were not looking for attention, this would just be a simple apology video. You know, no need to go into the 19-minute mark. At least be honest.
Where you accept my challenge, and that's where the real fun begins. But what do I get out of all of this? Well guys, I think I found a way on how to go to VidCon next year for free. And you all know how I really want to go to VidCon one day, but now I want to go in style. I want my plane ticket to be first class. I'm talking about a 5-star hotel and a limousine. It's going to be Subway sandwiches for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And the best part is, I finally get to show the odd ones out and Jane Animation my fan art and get it autographed. So do you accept my challenge? I mean, you're so confident that Fox Goodman and Matt Spicer are the same person. Well, talk is cheap, and now is your big chance. So put your money where your mouth is. And the only way to prove that Fox Goodman and Matt Spicer are not the same person is with a double face reveal in one video. 2 for the price of 1, but in one condition. This is where GoFundMe comes into play. Let me tell you why I will start a GoFundMe. I love watching MrBeast and love when he does these crazy videos where he is giving stuff away for free.
Yeah, get him his change.
Here's your change. We don't want anyone to leave sad, so here's $100 back. Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Just go for it. Take it.
But don't make me throw money at you.
Money fight.
I want to be like MrBeast, but for animations. I want to give away free iPhones, free Androids, free wireless headphones, free gift cards. You name it, you got it. But this stuff isn't cheap. And I want to have crazy, awesome giveaway videos too. This is why I want to raise $100,000 out of this GoFundMe.
Are we really going to pay $100,000 for just to see that you and Matt Spicer are two different people? Currently, you only have 8,000 subscribers. At the very least, you don't have to get first class. There are cheaper ways to fly. Like, get a $1,000 per trip thing. You don't even need $100,000 to go to VidCon. You could probably even go on like, I don't know, 10,000 or even less. You don't have to make everything expensive for the purpose of being expensive. I think that's pretty ridiculous. And really unrealistic, if you ask me. It's not worth the money, is what I'm trying to say. Who will donate to this cause? I don't even have an idea. I'm not gonna pay just so I can see that 2 different YouTubers are actually different people and to send them in a first-class flight to VidCon. I mean, there are way better things to do with that money, like give it to the homeless or something. Honestly, do you have any idea how much $100,000 actually is? Because to me, it seems like you're just trying to make the most out of this situation and trying to milk it for money and views. Now, sure, you say that you don't monetize your videos, so this is how you're getting your money. I mean, it's pretty obvious at this point that you're just trying to milk the most of it. You're trying to get the odd ones out's attention. You're trying to get DaftPina to make another video on you, so you get even more attention. And on top of that, a GoFundMe to milk every last dollar out of everyone. Well, I think everyone's pretty much seeing through this, seen by the like to dislike ratio. It's pretty obvious. It would be really hard to deny. Giveaways. You don't get reactions from those. Now that's not going to be the same thing as MrBeast. MrBeast gives money on the spot and actually gets reactions. A lot of YouTubers do giveaways, and you don't need that entire GoFundMe to do that. If anything, I think you should start monetizing your YouTube videos and make your money for giveaways off of that. Not try to milk money off of everyone who watches your video. If there are that many people who watch your videos.
50 is going to be for me, Fox Goodman, and the other 50 is going to be for Matt Spicer. I am pretty sure Matt Spicer would agree to something like this. But if you are right, then you can keep every single dollar out of that GoFundMe. You can get paid $100,000 to publicly humiliate me or do what you're best at.
I'm gonna go through your videos one more time, comb through it, make a part 2, and say, Fox Goodman is tracing part 2. What do you think of that? Don't try me.
Just take a seat because, like I said before, you're all bark but no bite. Because again, that's the kind of person you really are.
And being a...
So let's see how confident you are now and put your money where your mouth is.
Now this response video, I don't think it was really as good as it could have been. It's kind of when you eat something spicy and you drink water. You could drink milk, you get rid of the hot feeling in your mouth. Or you can drink water, which kind of diverts it, but it doesn't get rid of it completely. That's basically the situation. Fox Goodman could have done a lot better to respond, but I will give him the fact that he will now cite his sources. That I can appreciate. I think he needs to recognize what exactly a clone channel is, what it entails. A clone channel is not simply a channel where you copy somebody's art style and try to make videos like them. It's when you capture the flow, just that flow of another person. And obviously, he's pretty desperate for attention. Maybe he does not want to admit it, but just look at it. He wants the odd ones out, recognition. He wants DaftPina to make another video on him, based off of getting 400,000 views. That's good attention, I'll admit. He brought a lot of people to his channel. But the GoFundMe, that's where we should draw the line. He's expecting us to pay $100,000 so he and whoever Matt Spicer is could go to VidCon in first class. It's not like there's something called, economic seating, or at the very least not doing the most expensive thing possible. And I know he wants to give away stuff, But just think about it. Giveaways are what people do when they're trying to get attention. Not that there's people who don't do giveaways for good reasons, but giveaways aren't always done simply to give away stuff. Just doing giveaways will not be anything like MrBeast. MrBeast just gives people money in real life and gets reaction. Or, on Twitch. You get the gist. And you can't really animate a video like that unless you put an animation over your character. I don't see how else you would be able to do that. I mean, personally, if you want to get money to do this whole giveaway thing, I think it's much better if you actually monetize your videos. I know at the end you have this whole monologue about not monetizing your videos, but just be honest. It's way more realistic than expecting people to fund you, especially if you only have 8,000 subscribers and, a ton of haters. Just food for thought, but yeah, it's definitely a way better idea. So I think that's the whole video. If you enjoyed, I hope you leave a like. I don't know, this video went on way longer than I expected. So, you can probably unsubscribe for that. I'm also expecting a dislike. I know that contradicts what I just said, but at this point I don't care. Comment I hate you, and yeah, that's pretty much my entire video. See you never again. Bye.